Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Been away on vacation for a while, and just going to start my daily recaps again since I got back. This video, I guess, would be for Friday, which would be August 11th, 2023. As usual, I'll start with situational awareness, looking if the market is either bullish or bearish right now. Top line is bullish, bottom line is bearish. First set of situational awareness indicators says bearish, bearish, bullish. This one's longer term though. 52-week high versus 52-week low. That's bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. This first set of indicators is mixed. Let's look at the second set. Bearish, 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 bullish here. Bearish, bearish, and bullish on the long-term RSI weekly. Mixed signals, but it's definitely not a strong up market, and it's definitely not a strong bear market. Right now I'm sitting out in cash, waiting to see which direction the market wants to take. Let's look at the weekly summation for the NASDAQ. We now have price going from above the 5-week and 10-week moving averages to below the 10-week, with the 5-week EMA still above the 10, but pointing down. T2108, which is stocks above their 40-week moving average, is at 50. RSI has fallen from the power zone, overbought over 70 area, and is pulling back, but is still above the 50. The weekly RSI for the indices is basically what I use to decide whether or not to go bullish or bearish. Right now it's still showing bullish, and could do something like this, where we're in a strong up market and then starts pulling back, stops right around the 50, and then goes back up. What I'm looking for to go bearish is for it to fall like right here in January 7th of 2022. Right now we're still in a bullish market. We're going through a pullback. We'll see how far we go. Stoch is still in the power zone, but probably moving out. Momentum on the MACD indicator is moving down. VIX has not spiked. It's still at 14.84. So although the situational awareness indicators say we're bearish, we're not in a bear market yet, or in a time where we might have multiple weeks of the averages moving down. But this is not a good time for breakouts or to be long swing trading. This is the time to sit out right now. Let's look at let's go back to the VT or the SPY. SPY has not broken the 10-week moving average. It's still above 50 on the weekly RSI. Let's check VTI. Same thing. Right now we're looking at a pullback, but that's not a good time to go long. It's a good time to wait and see what sets up, long or short. We'll look at it on the daily now. VTI, the 10 EMA has crossed below the 20. RSI 21 is right at 50. Stoch is becoming oversold. So if we go sideways for a while, we could potentially have another up leg. Or it could bounce and then fall. But right now is the time to sit out. It's not bullish or bearish. Trade at your own risk. Let's check the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's leading the indices down. 10 is below the 20 moving average. RSI 21 has now crossed into bearish territory. It could do this, kind of what it was doing in March of 2023, but doesn't mean we're in a bear market. But we're definitely not in a market to trade breakouts to the long side or the downside. Wait and see what happens. Put together another view here while I was on vacation messing around. This is pretty much your market. Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Netflix, Nvidia, Tesla, and VTI is just the total stock market ETF for Vanguard. Looks almost identical to the SPY. But you can see Apple broke down over earnings. Apple broke. Amazon had really good earnings. It's having a small pullback, but this is bullish. Google kind of going sideways, dipped down below the 10-day EMA, but closed right above it. Meta is kind of breaking down a little bit. Microsoft has broken down. Netflix looks ugly right there. Nvidia is breaking down. Tesla is broken down. And the stock market, or the VTI, the total stock market index, has also broken down, holding the 50. So we're definitely weak. Not a time to trade breakouts, but we'll still go over the power stocks scan just to see what's going on. Let's make sure it's sorted right. Sterling Infrastructure breaking out. XPO trucking. Oh, let's switch back to the daily. Breakout for APP. Again, I'm not buying any of these. We're just going through to see what stocks are moving and if we would see a setup. EVLV, great volume. High dollar volume now. Really moving up strong on earnings. ELF had a great breakout on earnings, going sideways. Potentially could pull back, but this isn't a solid uptrend. Went by it here. SAI consolidating. And this is what happens in these choppy markets. Get a great breakout with AAOI, pulls right back down, still above the 5-day EMA. But this is what you get. It's hard. Could pop back up, could fall. The wind is not at your back right now to trade these breakouts. PRT, USM. XDR grinding higher. Again, I'm not taking any of these. This looks good though. FTI, the setup looks good. If the wind was at our back, I'd probably take that, even though the ADR is kind of low. Be at the bottom of my list. PAR broke out, going. There will be a few that work, but your guess is as good as mine on which ones. RELY, it's a nice breakout there. Dollar volume's a little low. ADR is good though. Just entering the power zone on the weekly. Big volume on this day and just going higher. Not taking it though. There'll be plenty of these when the wind goes gets behind our backs again. That's an ugly candle. Opens high, closes low. Rig holding up. Some ugly wicks here. AUR. Dollar volume's a little low, ADR's high. Just entering the power zone on the RSI. First leg up, kind of sideways for a few weeks. Could go, but it's a $3.45 stock. IONQ broke out and pulled all the way back. Big volume day, surged up, closed low. Go fish, go play golf. Watch the market, but sit on your hands. Carvana broke down here. This was a darling. I caught this here, rode that up. QLYS setting up. LI broke out, pulled all the way back. A lot of stocks on this list so far are not quality companies either. That's not good. It's not, at least it's not what I'm comfortable with. DraftKings, this is definitely one to watch for years to come, in my opinion. Strong uptrend now with all the moving averages getting in alignment for a bullish trend. Breaks out and then just pulls back and falls. You can learn more right now about trading stocks than you can when you're in a bull market. This is the time to sit out and watch. Nvidia might pull back to gap resistance, might not. The 10 is below the 20 moving average and the EMA 5 is below the 10. This is a bearish alignment. Wouldn't buy Nvidia here. Uber broke out, fell back down. PLTR, my darling. Bought it here. Wins, getting in our back. Great run, pulls back, sets up, breaks out, pulls back, breaks out, and then falls. It's not a buy here. At least not on a momentum trade. SMCI, another darling. Great runner. Then has earnings and just breaks. Let's look at this one. Falling out of the power. Look at this ugly candle on the weekly. Big volume. Falls out. So this is when I start to look at these for shorts. Not exactly in a market to short yet, but these are falling fast. See if Upstart's still on the list. Riot. I've been watched this whole consolidation, then it broke. Boom. Neo. Bought this, sold it the next day, just got scared. Prior video I talked about how I was disappointed because I was trading my feelings, not my system. Big candle here, reversal, and then falls back down. Still be up on the trade though. But I would have sold it here for sure. 18%, 19%. Roku, big breakout on earnings. Couple days up and then just falls back down right to the former resistance line, now support. See if it holds. Tilray's been running. This is just a day trader stock. Big breakout there and then pulls back. First Solar consolidating. one point, IMGN was just one of the strongest stocks in the market. Break out, and then pulls back here. Let's look at it on the weekly. Yep. This week right here, fell out of the power zone. August 4th. The week of August 4th, that's here. This week here. Notice how the moving averages all become bearish now. The 5 is below the 10 and the 10 is below the 20. Coinbase, big breakout, and then just fails. Almost done here. EXAS, haven't been watching this one. Nikola, I've been watching this for a while. That's a fall from grace. Almost got up to 4 there. Day trader stock. AMC, that's a bullish candle, but if you're a day trader, I'd watch it. There's no setup here. This isn't in an uptrend. This is just some dead meme stock. Big volume though here. Day traders might get a hold of this next week. Upstart, my darling, bought it here, sold it there, and just a fall from grace. One of the strongest stocks in the market at the time. Still in the power zone that week, but it falls below the 5 or the 10. This day right here falls below both averages. You sell. Buy, sell. Again, this is just for fun and educational purposes. Don't trade based on what I say. These are just my opinions. 47% gain. Use some options that day. Winds at your back, or the market's, moving up. Make some good money here. Not right now though. Keep your money in cash, make 5%. Not really sure why these are even on the list. That's because it's got a big update. Okay, let's check the IPOs. AAOI is number 1. Ugly looking bar right there. Dollar volume picking up though. This will be one to watch if it, if it can stay, if it doesn't just crash and stays strong and consolidates for a few days or weeks. Could have a big move up, especially with the volume picking up. That's good to see, but it's not the right time. Carvana. Easy, $4 million volume. Okay, let's check the IPOs. Savers Value Village. That's a good breakout right there. Decent, lower dollar volume than I'd like. Not buying this though. Nothing to really see here. That's an ugly chart. IPOs do not look strong. And that's it. Futures currently are down for Monday. Not big. I mean, VIX is still below 20. This is not crash time. This is a pullback. Could it be the start of something bigger? Your guess is as good as mine. But I'm going to sit on the sidelines and wait for the market to make up its mind. But I'll now I'm back from vacation, I'll be posting more videos more frequently. If you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe.